What's up guys, my name is Shock Electric. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm coming at you guys with a Mesa Prime build. Now Mesa is a gunslinger or a cowboy themed warframe, and she basically has these two exalted pistols that shoot really fast and deal a lot of fucking damage. It's honestly amazing how much damage she does. Her only problems are survivability, which is what we tackle today with the helmet Nourish. Now, Nourish Mesa has been there for quite a while and it's pretty much become the staple way to play Warframe. But if you guys want to play other than something Nourish Mesa, please stay tuned because I have a whole lot of builds coming in the future. I just need the former. So yes. Now I'm gonna talk about the build, what Archon Shards that I use, how you can change it to your liking, because I don't really believe that every build should be the same, and all builds are kind of flexible. Each and every one of the builds that I post are very flexible. There's like either only one mod that you need to have. Arcanes, everything is what I post is optional. I don't really believe in one thing being a constant. So yeah, I'm gonna head over to the simulacrum and show you guys what we do. Damn. So let's talk about Mesa's abilities. Mesa's passive is it's alright. You know, you get increased fire rate for secondaries, more health when you're not running a melee, so 50 health when you don't run a melee, and increased reload speed for one arm secondaries. So her passive really doesn't play into what we are doing, so it really doesn't matter. And yeah, we don't really use it at all in the build anyway, so yeah. First ability is called Ballistic Battery. We have another if you don't know, Nourish basically is an energy multiplier. It multiplies the energy you get from arms. It applies viral to your gun, so you don't have to mod for it, and every time you get shot, you kind of like bust out or like burst viral onto enemies. So you're basically a Panzer Valperfiler. First ability is Ballistic Battery. Now Ballistic Battery is pretty interesting. It basically acts like base damage to your weapon. So as you can see, I am dealing 1000 damage. Oh look at it, 8.1k when we crit. Now with Ballistic Battery active, you see that a percentage on top. Now we are at 100%. When I deactivate it, this acts different. On the first shot, you get 5000% more damage. Now how that's calculated is, it's like a final base damage multiplier. So 309 into 1 plus whatever our base damage mods. Mesa's second ability is called Shooting Gallery, and it's kind of like a crowd control kind of move. I'm gonna reduce the enemy level of the enemy so that I don't die instantly, because Mesa is kind of squishy. And when I cast my second ability, as you see, their guns get jammed, and they can still shoot you, because their guns just stop getting jammed after a while. If it was a constant CC, it would be kind of hard to kill her. As you can see, the enemy weapons are jammed, and there is an augment for this, where I feel like this is one of the most useful augments, because it's a constant CC, and that is called Muzzle Flash. So after getting 6 kills, the next shot will blind enemies. So if I get my turret in here, and I cast my 2, enemies get blinded. Now we're not using this in our build, but we will be using this in future builds, and it's definitely one of the it's a very good CC tool, because it's kind of like see-through. It goes through walls from what I've seen, and it scales off range. So I'll be giving you guys some build variety on this, don't worry. Third ability is called Shatter Shield, and she basically covers herself in this energy that deflects bullets. So when enemies shoot her, there's a chance it goes right back at them. As you can see, and pairing this up with shooting gallery means it's a lot of survivability. Shatter Shield also gives her 95% damage reduction, which is a good thing for us. Now I'm gonna show you guys her fourth ability, which is what makes Mesa really strong. Now Mesa's Regulator, one fun thing about it is that instead of modding for base damage, high power strength instead will deal more damage. So yeah, that is Mesa. That's her fourth ability. That's the ability she's known for, and that is what makes Mesa Mesa. Now I'm gonna show you guys the build. Nourish. Wow, I know, right? Aura, we have growing power because our regulator will proc status effects, and plus I'm priming them with the Epitaph, so we'll constantly have growing power. For strength mods, I have Blind Rage to Blind Rage, Precision, Intensify, and Power Drift. Blind Rage is there to buff Nourish and Peacemaker, but an additional flat 90 with Precision Intensify on Peacemaker is a good thing because, as I said, it's better to mod for power strength than base damage on the Peacemaker. Power Drift is optional. If you don't like casting a lot, you can replace Power Drift with Mesa's Words, so moving around becomes possible. Because usually when you cast Mesa's 4, you can't do anything else other than stand still and shoot. But Mesa's Words allows you to move around and walk around and shit. Makes you look more menacing. But this is not my playstyle. I cannot move that slow. I would rather stand still. So yeah. Duration is important because your 2 and your 3 should be able to last long enough, but you can drop Constitution if you don't mind casting them every now and then. You will get 45 seconds on Shooting Gallery and 37.5 on Shatter Shield. But with Constitution, where the fuck did it go? Hello? I don't like this game, bro. With Constitution, you get 53 seconds on your Shooting Gallery and 45 seconds on your Shatter Shield, pretty much. So this is optional. I just don't like casting this as much. And what mod can you put here? You can add Augur Reach for more range. As you can see, we have Stretch and Augur Reach. This will give our Shooting Gallery more range, and Shatter Shield, not Shatter Shield. Yeah, pretty much, and Nourish, sorry, it will give Nourish more viral spreading radius. So when enemies shoot at you, they get primed with viral a lot more from a further distance. I like to get up close with them, so I run Constitution for more duration. Flexible slot here. Rolling Guard, if we actually get procced with heat or something like that, to cleanse ourselves of status and rebuild shield or whatever we need to do. Prime Flow for the energy pool, because Mesa kind of needs it because she's draining a lot of energy per second, so a large energy pool is good. Equilibrium, because I'm using Nourish, and we need a lot of energy on her because she drains it like crazy. But hey, you don't really need Nourish either because we are using Equilibrium with the synth mods, so we won't be dying, we won't need energy as much. I'll show you guys in a second. Yeah, Arcane Velocity for fire rate on pistol. Bolt Augmented. Bolt Augmented is flexible. I would say always run Arcane Velocity. Fire rate is very nice on Mesa. Archon Shards, I have all Archon Shards. I didn't make the last 2 Tower Forge because I don't have it. But if you have 5 Tower Forge, go for the Crit Chance or Power Strength. It's up to you. You can run what's it, orange topaz shards for heat crit chance, but it kind of forces her only into playing heat, which is something I don't like. I like to run a blast setup sometimes on Mesa's regulators because it's funny. So yeah, I don't like being forced into playing a certain style. Epitaph for priming enemies because I have galvanized shot on my regulators. So yeah, barrel diffusion, lethal torrent. Reason why I have a unranked gunslinger is because I'm using the MK1 Furax with its mod that increases fire rate. It's modded for viral heat, perpetual agony for state duration. If you want for arcanes, fortifier is a good idea because we'll be priming our Eximus units, but it's only useful if you have it maxed out or at rank 3, which I don't. But you know what? Why not? Fuck it. You can use the MK1 Furax or the Furax Wraith or the Furax. All you need is this mod, Amalgam Furax Body Count. Lifesteal and Dispatch Overdrive is just there for quality of life. I'm low in health, just slam the ground. I want movement, slam the ground. And this gives me a flat 45% fire rate on my secondary weapons. And the reason why I am not running a fully ranked gunslinger here is because sometimes it gets very hard to actually do the quick shot, and instead I do the charge shot, which procs no cold. Now, the regulators. For the regulators, I have Prime Target Cracker, Pistol Gambit, Galvanized Diffusion. These two are crit mods, multi-shot. This is kind of like our base damage. Since I'm priming enemies, we'll be getting a lot of upfront direct damage because we'll have a lot of stacks. It's modded for corrosive heat and fire rate. Now, if you plan to run multiple red shards, you can drop this for more fire rate. But I don't like how this looks, so I have this. Yeah, so I have this mod over here. It looks much cooler. But lethal torrent is the optimal DPS increase because you'll be getting more multi-shot, more fire rate. Prime Pistol Gambit just gives you orange crits. That's it. That's the only thing it does. Not really worth it, but because this is how I play, this is how I will play. Optimally, it's better to put a lethal torrent here. You don't need to mod for it. Panzer Valpaphyla, the motherfucking goat. Synth mods. Synth Fiber, Synth Deconstruct. Lovely. Panzer Devolution because it never let it die. Viral Quills for priming enemies with viral. The rest is really up to you. Whatever you want to run it. Tenacious Bond does not work on my build right now because my Panzer has no mods on it. Haha. So yeah. I'm gonna show you guys why you can do this shit without Nourish. So I'm gonna go here with energy. As you can see, energy wasn't an issue. I didn't need yeah. Panzer goes and picks up health orbs, and we are always up on energy. I'm gonna do a 5-minute Annie run on the void to show you guys that this is a very comfortable build now. Let's get it. Here we are, Annie in the void. Now for a little trick, if you didn't know, if you stand on these orbs, they'll give you energy if you're using prime warframes. It has something to do with the lore, but I don't pay attention to the lore. I guess it's because the Archon built prime warframes. So yeah. Activate just third, second, and now you start shooting. Better to prime the enemies first. See, this is what I mean. The instant fire rate is kind of tough. And as you can see, sometimes you don't get the energy as quick. So you have to kill some enemies initially, and then you can start go guns blazing. So generally I would recommend you guys to use a energy pad at the start of the mission. My god. At the start of a mission, it is more recommended that you use an energy pad to charge up your energy, and Eximus units are your best friend. Make sure your abilities are active because she sucks without abilities. She's very easy to kill, especially shooting gallery because it jams enemy weapons. The range is nice to have, and I'm just gonna go without Nourish just to show you energy is not an issue. Equilibrium does a great job at keeping you pretty much alive. We are gonna get some armor stripping from our Panzer, so it's pretty nice. Especially when acolytes come on, all I need to do is aim at him, and Panzer will most likely armor strip him. When did that? There we go. As you can see, energy is still not an issue, barely running out of it. But the only downside is our damage decreases because we don't have viral, which means galvanized shot is not as potent. I'm running Mesa as well, so I didn't realize it. Then we can walk around. Yeah, I'll turn the volume down on my speakers a little bit. Just need to make sure the other abilities are active. So her first, you don't need to run Nourish. That's what all the point is. You just lose out on a bit of DPS, but I am making builds to counteract that in the future. It's a very fun build, and if you actually play the game, I mean, obviously you have to be a little bit careful about when you're doing and what you're doing. Your actions do matter. Obviously, if you just stand around all day, you will die, and you won't get life support. But if you pay attention to where the enemies are coming from, you won't have any issues. Now notice how every time I'm in my regulator there's like this radius surrounding me, and that is Mesa's field of view when she is using this mod. That means the reticle gets smaller and smaller and smaller, but meaning you hit less enemies, but it's a good thing if you want to fight acolytes, because Mesa will only shoot the acolyte when she's in that form. And yeah, otherwise this is a very comfortable build. You can easily take this to like 1.5 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour mission. I wouldn't suggest playing Mesa for that long because eventually it becomes very tough to scale with her because of the fact that she can barely survive. Her damage has always been ridiculously high, and I'm pretty sure she can kill level cap enemies. It's just that she just can't survive, which I don't really mind. It's a perfect balance, right? It's a really good balance because she does a ridiculous amount of damage, but I sometimes do wish she could do level cap. And yeah, I really wish they would release better skins for her too, because her prime is kind of like her best skin at the moment, in my opinion. So yeah, other than that, Mesa is pretty much one of the best Warframes to have. I feel like she's a must-have for people who don't play Mesa. Acolytes coming in. Fuck violence. Goddamn, I hate violence. Where is he? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, easy damage. Barely living in life support as well. Now, Blast Mesa is actually pretty fun, but this is not the video where I'll talk about it. I had to restrain myself from actually putting the builds on her. I had to remove the mods and remove all the element abilities that I put on her. Overguard from secondary fortifier. I mean, it's such a minuscule amount of overguard, I don't really care about it. But it's up to you whether you want to play with it or not. And 5 minutes, we got... How many kills did we get? I can't see, man. We got 518 kills. So it's pretty standard. Okay, it's whatever. Like what, 100 kpm. So yeah, it's a pretty standard build. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Comment what you'd like to see next, or whatever Warframe you'd like to see next. I do plan on making Ultimate series where I talk about a certain Warframe, and I have a lot of builds on them, so stay tuned for that. This is not the only build I have on Mesa. I have more cooking, so please stay tuned. please subscribe and ring the notification and click on the notification bell so you don't miss when I upload these videos. So yeah, I hope you guys have a nice day. Take care.